Okay.
All right. So I've got the Sharps container, which me and Colleen have now named Trina Belcher. And non-sterile gauze. Band-Aid for when it's all over. Sterile alcohol swab that you use to wipe the pill vial and your skin, the site of injection. Oh, we all know what a Band-Aid box looks like, but anyway, so I have folks sent me all this stuff. It has a whole step-by-step how to inject, which is great because I used to be a vet tech, but I needed a memory refresher. Pretty. Lots of info. Here's the vial itself.
Stop shaking her around.
Sorry.
Hello.
Then we have needles and more needles. So many needles. So fun. Because you have to draw up with one needle head, then change it because then otherwise you're using kind of a dull needle to go into your skin. Mm-hmm. It's a nice box.
Let me see.
Beautiful box.
Beautiful.
Beautiful box. Oh, it has a nice little magnetic clasp. There goes Joe Komachek driving back. Alright, and then here's the sterile alcohol.
I think you should explain the ephemera around so that people know why the house is like this.
Oh yeah, so Colleen and I, who is my wife of like
hello
50 years, we moved in. We just recently bought this home, and so it is filled with tchotchkes.
Yeah, we bought it with everything in it. It was a Nana's house.
Yes.
Nana named Rosa.
Yes. Nana, our adoptive Nana Rosa, passed away, and we bought her home and all of her stuff, which is pretty awesome because she has really great taste for the most part. You know, there's some stuff that
It's strange.
you might
Some things are stranger than others. Yeah.
Cute.
But this is a fake hot dog that Kristen bought with her own hard-earned money. So consider the source.
Yeah, so maybe one day we can play the game of, is this roses or is this those queerdos?
Is this our weird shit? Yeah.
Okay.
And these are a bunch of candles for good luck and blessings and stuff. Anyway.
So I think that
Oh, wait. Let me... Go ahead.
So I think that I would like to pause the video for a second so that I can get my bearings on exactly how to... I think I'm gonna draw it up and all that, and then you could film me maybe giving it or something.
Okie dokie.
I don't want to spend... I just want to think.
Yeah.
Slow.
Okay. All right. Say bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know how to put that in there. We'll think about that later. It's a safety cap.
It's a safety cap, and opening it, I stabbed my finger. We couldn't figure out how to open it, and I didn't think I did. Or I thought maybe I had. I was like, oh, I don't know. And then there was a bunch of blood here, and we're like, all right, okay.
So where do I squeeze? Here or here?
There.
Here.
Yes, but be careful. Because somebody...
I don't think I can get this.
You want me to do it again?
Yeah, because I put my other hand on.
All right, so...
The needle is off now. So now we have to prime the pump.
Did you clean the area?
Not yet, no. Just want to get this set. Make sure there's no bubbles. I'll finish that in a sec. I'm going to clean the area.
Okay.
And then I'll make sure it's really all the way up. But it got pretty close. Look, I need a t-shirt.
Woo! Show the top of it. Woo! Just came in the mail today, actually.
Blackwood51.com.
Today
It's not a paid advert.
I saw it. They purchased with their own cash.
Mm-hmm. I went to the hard work of going to the website.
I attest.
Shopped around.
We are in the Catskills, so... although we have been there in that store before in LA. It was a wee little place.
Mm-hmm. They're very nice there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we see there's a little googie coming down.
Okay.
Okay, so it's with a dart. Oh, God.
Slowly, slowly, slowly. Okay. You did it! Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. No, 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 no.
There, a little bit.
Yippee! How do you feel?
All right, that wasn't so bad.
No. Mm-mm.
I did what I used to do to animals, if this helps anybody. Because I used to give subcutaneous fluids and all that, and it sucks for them. And the needle is, you think that's big, that's nothing. A subcutaneous fluids needle would be like 18 gauge.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 25.
Ooh.
So the lower number.
Yeah, it's the higher, yeah. Ooh.
Bad. I feel so bad. They know the animals are champs, so they don't notice it. But sometimes they do. So I take my fingernails and I make a pinching, and that first pinch by me gets them ready for the second pinch.
Oh.
It just sort of like
mitigates
the shock. I
yeah,
guess.
yeah.
So I did that to myself. And it helped. It also helped, like, make me feel like it wasn't.
Here it comes.
Because I'm feeling this pinch, so my brain is gonna be like confused now. If that makes sense. So yeah, now I get to use my Band-Aids.
Do you feel the? Oh wait, does it say that you have to clean it again? No. Right. Do you feel the testosterone welling up within you?
I do. I want to build a room in this brand new house and just for some reason call it a man cave. And it'll just be a space for me because clearly every other space here is just for Colleen.
I said that they were gonna want a Dagwood sandwich. First thing, the cartoon Dagwood.
Yes.
The cartoon. No, it's not called Dagwood. His character is, and he just builds those gigantic sandwiches.
Oh, okay.
That's a Dagwood sandwich.
Well, I like that better than like Doomsbury or whatever.
Yeah.
I prefer Garfield or Normal.
There you go. You're a normal guy.
I'm a normal guy. Or Garfield gal. Garfield Vasels.
Okay. Sorry, I stopped filming for a second.
That's it, really.
Okay, you don't have anything else you want to say?
Oh, yeah, I do. So I talked to my therapist today, and they were like, how do you feel and all that, and I have to say, like, I'm gonna sit so we can make it like a casual Mr. Rogers fireside chat. I guess like I have some jitters because it's something that is legible on the body, in ways that, like, yes, queerness is, but it doesn't necessarily have to be.
Yeah.
It is in the sense of like maybe your mannerisms might tip somebody off, or maybe your clothing or your style or your hair signifiers. Those are signifiers,
right?
But to take a hormone it's just gonna read on the body, plain and simple. And so I'm a bit nervous because now I have to do potentially do a coming out again.
Yeah.
Which is fine because I know like every day will be fine. People will be fine. But it's still scary.
It's something to consider.
You don't want criticism or questioning of your, I don't know, ability to know what you want or something.
Here's the thing though. You just say, I'm 41.
I am 41.
I'm as middle-aged is gonna get. This is it.
Yeah.
I can do whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want, in the privacy of my own life, with my own body, etc., etc., etc.
That's another reason why, if I do put this video out, I do want to put it out because I'm 41. You see a lot of younger people making these videos, and I personally have been seeking out, looking for older, in the sense of my age or above, and just because of I feel like age does, affect things, and it's hard enough to find people that are just doing low dose and then stick to it, because usually people seem to change and raise it up. Maybe that'll be my journey too. I don't know. You know what I mean? But
you are not. It's not like you're not an old person either. Making this choice at this time of your life is the perfect time for you to do this.
Yeah. I'm inspired by my cousin who's taking estrogen, and they're younger than me, and telling the same family members, and they were treated with love.
Yep.
So,
in their late 20s.
Yeah, and I'm inspired by this trans man who I became friends with through one of the Facebook groups, and he's in his, I want to say 60s. And he has tough times, you know, like his neighbors are being kind of nasty to him ever since he transitioned. But anyway, it's really cool to see him doing something for himself and living his authentic self, even though he's older. And people are, obviously it's been 60 years thinking of him in another gender, and now they have to recalibrate.
Yeah.
Or fall behind, fall to the wayside, because nobody's got time for haters.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we will have a lucky thing because we are in the woods. We've only met 2 neighbors, and your whole work is about queerness. So you are set up for success here. However, we are in Trump country-ish, and so, but it's live and let live up here.
Yeah. And we're here. We're here, whatever. There's queer people here as well as everywhere. Trans people, I'm sure.
Yep. There's a lot of queer people, trans people up here.
I've seen like on the Facebook message boards that people are not allowed to talk about dosing. So pardon me if there's like etiquette that I don't understand, but I wanted to say that I'm taking 0.1 mLs once a week, and it's 2 mgs per 10 ml, if that helps anybody.
It's just it's just, you know.
It's so subjective. It's probably why, because I don't want people to just start making diagnoses, like protocols for themselves based on other people's needs and like what makes sense for them in terms of dosing. So, but just like for...
Is this a common starter level dose?
Yes, because in the sense of like on Folks's website, which is the company I'm using, that is their starter dose.
Okay.
So
there you go. And how often are you doing it?
Once a week.
Okay.
And then I can go up if I want, or I could stop. I can do whatever I want.
Yep.
This is our grand art experiment in gender expression.
Yep.
And I personally, like for me, taking testosterone isn't, I don't want to be like a binary male and heterosexual male. I'm not interested in that. I just want to feel more at home in my body.
Yeah.
And I think I sort of see myself in people like Aquaria from Drag Race, or Courtney Act, or Bob, the drag queen, in that they are sort of straddling a middle line, but they're
Gottmik,
yeah. And then people like comedian Rhea Butcher, and who's been like, Colleen got them to give me a birthday shout out, and they sort of wished me luck on my journey and gave me some confidence that I needed. And
through Cameo,
yes, if you can get their Cameo, do it. They make good ones.
Gottmik too, yeah,
as well. But I guess because Rhea's more my age, I see myself more in them. So it's like Gottmik, it was nice, but for Rhea, it was more reassuring because they're closer to my age.
And you both have the lumberjack vibe.
Yeah, we have a lumberjack vibe.
Hold on, wait 1 sec. I just wanted to stop and restart.
Yeah, so we'll see. So obviously, this is my voice today, April something 9th, 2021.
Yep.
I know voice is one of the first things to change, and we'll see what else happens. I don't know. Any questions from
the future?
From the people, from the person holding the camera, from the documentary?
Oh, from me? I don't know. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah, you excited?
Yeah, I guess I do feel really excited.
Kristen got scared earlier today. Nervous. But Kristen gets scared and nervous about everything, so that's a pretty baseline.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
Not scared nervous to do it, I don't think. Just scared nervous because it's a change.
I guess I'm just excited because, I don't know. I'm just curious. I guess curiosity is like the biggest word for me. because when I was little, I told my mom when I was like 7 or 8 that I wanted a sex change. I really wanted to be a boy. Desperately wanted to be a boy. Did not understand why I was stuck being a girl. And I also chalk a lot of that up to internalized misogyny, especially in the 80s. Like, I feel like the 80s was so misogynist.
Yep.
I mean, every decade is, but
Yeah.
the 80s just felt really
Very
oppressive.
very overt, because gone was the, like, even the gentlemanliness of prior years to be like, you know, it's kind of cool that women were able to go to the workforce and to be the head of their own household and stuff, but it created this backlash in men where they were like, all right, great, well then fuck you. And also, like, the, I don't know, like, culture just got a lot more like, I'm gonna do what I want, I'm gonna say what I want. So a lot of the objectification that was kind of more simmering before came to the fore. And we had all these television channels. So it's like everyone was trying to outdo each other with shock, you know, to upset the apple cart of what media was and could be. And it created some toxicity. And then we grew up, we were exposed to that in the 80s.
Yeah, and I think, like, you know, just like being in class and like the teacher's like, somebody, I need some boys to help me move these desks.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
I'll do it.
I'll do it. What about me? I can move these desks. Why am I like excluded from this ask? Like, why am I deemed like unable to? And I just saw girlhood is very limiting in that way. And I just wasn't also interested in girly things. I love T-Man stuff. I love Shira. Shira because she was sort of like masculine. I don't know. Yeah. So, and then I just sort of like felt queer, and I always felt androgynous. That was always my thought for myself, was that I'm androgynous. And I remember in my early 20s, Colleen and our friend Amanda at the time let me put on a bunch of male clothing, gendered male clothing, and took pictures of me, like a photo shoot. And I remember being like so gender euphoric at that time, but I couldn't tell them because I felt silly to say it and didn't know how to put it into words anyway at that time because I was so young. And then just like kind of gave into like, okay, well, this is who I am, and that's cool. That's who I am. But I wasn't given this option. That was not on the table, literally. You know, because it just, I didn't know trans men. I didn't even know trans women. Didn't know how this was a thing that you could access, and also seemed like a very difficult mountain to climb. And now it's being made easier, and the world is changing, and I feel like, okay, well, I can finally like feel. I still don't feel 100% safe in walking through this world to do this, as I do as a queer person, as a very like trans masculine non-binary person. It's scary sometimes. You feel like a target in a way, you know. Sometimes when I'm careful to put on clothes, sometimes I'll choose my clothing if it's like got something queer in it, with pride and fearlessness, and sometimes I don't want to because I feel afraid. So this is like another layer to that. But I am 41, and
you can do whatever you want, even if you're not 41. Whatever, it's yours.
World is all of our oyster.
Yeah, there's, you know, for the reason that this is happening in your life right now, you happen to be 41 at a time where this is more eligible and easily accessible for people. Or you may have done it a long time ago. There's a global conversation about trans and non-binary identity and what that means and different expressions of it, because even 5 years ago, you know, a lot of the conversation was like, oh, did you get surgery? You know, like you had to get surgery in order to be considered, you know, trans, and then there was no such thing as non-binary at all. You know, like people, you know, they really wanted you to fit in some kind of a binary. And so I don't know, things are just changing really rapidly. So it's cool. Like that person that you're talking about happened to be 60 something when all this is happening. You know,
so they're finally able to.
It's just what it is. Yeah, I mean, there are of course pioneers who were able to do this. You know, have this option years ago, but not.
Yeah, and you know, just want to say too, I was able to have top surgery this summer, which every day I wake up birds are singing. The flowers are...
Is there birds actually singing right now?
The flowers are blooming.
Yeah.
Spring has sprung.
Yeah.
I'm just like so happy over the moon.
Yeah.
Inch of me regrets that.
I want to say something.
Well, does it turn towards you when you say something?
I don't want it to turn towards me because I look like this right now. So I just want it to look at you.
Okay. All right. Just so I know.
No, I just want to say that for anybody who is watching this, this has been a multi-stage part of, kind of a sequential testing period, where you were kind of like, I don't really want to wear women's clothes anymore. This is the kind of clothes that I want to wear. And you were like, I'll start with shirts. And then you were like, okay, well, I'm going to move to jeans. And you were like, okay, I'm just going to buy men's boots and shoes. And then you had your hair shorter.
I always dressed boyish, but I wouldn't necessarily allow myself to shop only and specifically in men's departments. I tend to buy more, like shop in the women's section, but buy boyish stuff. But then I was like, screw it. Why am I like not allowing myself to access this other area of the stores, of the internet?
Yeah. You stopped buying like girly
products for the hair and
you stopped buying girly underwear. The underwear you would buy would be more like, from like Tomboy X or something like that.
Again, it's like the world is opening up though too.
Right. But then also the next part of that was your hair, because it was shoulder length, which, has a very Jordan Catalano vibe, but you allowed yourself to cut your hair. And then that was like, okay. And then you allowed yourself to stop wearing as much makeup. Cool. But also you allow yourself to wear makeup if you feel like it. Cool. And then, what was it, 2 years ago? You were kind of talking about this, and then we said what say what the trajectory was.
To allow myself to indulge in those things and then start exercising and see how that made me feel.
To see if that gets rid of any of the dysphoria.
Yeah, because then I would...
Getting more in your body.
Yeah, and just being a little more fit and muscular and stuff. Not that all men have the same body.
Well, Kristen was feeling dysphoric because we had both gained some weight, and then the more weight and Kristen has always been like really thin, so to gain any weight was just felt like they were not in their body.
Me feel curvy.
Yeah.
Believe me, I'm body positive, fat positivity all the way.
But they're naturally curvy.
It just triggered dysphoria because it made me look, in my mind, and maybe that's like not reality, but I felt like I looked too womanly for my comfort, and so I decided to join CrossFit, which also was great because I loved lifting weights in high school, but didn't know how I could do that again. So again, opportunity opened itself up. Yeah. So I was able to start CrossFit, and that really gave me like a more of a triangle, I guess, shape. It broadened my shoulders because you do a lot of lifting upwards and a lot of pull-ups and chin-ups and push-ups and all that. So, but I still felt like, okay, I gotta get rid of this chest. Especially being 41, I feel like they've gotten bigger. They've always been big, and they're heavy. Even the top surgeon said they were heavy and dense. And so, it's like a part of my body that I could block out, but eventually, with the weight of them, it just was like a constant cyclical thought, like I gotta get these off, I gotta get these off, I gotta get these off, and like holding them up constantly, trying to get them off my body.
And we should say too, this exercise first and see if it eliminates the dysphoria was not something that you had to do. It was just something we talked about it because you were feeling dysphoric, and we kind of came up with like a plan, like, well, what if you took a little bit of time and exercised and got in your body and got it feeling better.
Needs to do research, so it's not like active field research.
Yeah. So then that was cool because you were like, all right, now I feel fit. Now I feel great. Now I feel better than I did when I was in high school. You know, I feel wonderful and I still have to get these tits off me.
Mm-hmm. And I'll say, CrossFit was amazing. I wish I could do it again, but I don't like the way that the leadership of the company has responded to Black Lives Matter, and also they have a very obviously law enforcement military bent, which not all, that's not to say they're awful people. Everybody is owned by affiliates, and the people I worked out with were really great people.
But it switched hands, right? As COVID
and
started.
The owner, I was kind of like,
he was very
on top of all this the tragedy of George Floyd. And the response to it, I was like, never mind. I'll just build my own workout and have a trans man who's my trainer, and he is awesome. If you can train with D Loves Deadlifts, do so.
Yeah, it's digital.
He is so kind and he's so nice, and he's usually taking new people. So look for him on Instagram or YouTube. D Loves Deadlifts. DEE Loves Deadlifts.
Yeah, we just got a lot of weights and stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know. So today is the first day of the rest of my tea.
Yeah. No, but it's good though, because then, with the surgery, once you had the surgery, because you were supposed to have it last March, your surgery date was March 31st. And then we went into, and that was really hard because the week that we went into quarantine was the week that we had like your last appointment before the surgery, right? Or something like that. And we were in the city the day before we went into quarantine and, kind of going, oh God, is this pandemic really going to happen? And then it was canceled and that sucked. But then it was rescheduled for last August. And that was amazing. The thing that has sucked about the pandemic, apart from the pandemic, apart from the pagoda, is with regards to CrossFit, because not only could you not go, but then you couldn't exercise because you couldn't move your arms and you had to be careful. And then, you had to slowly do it. And then just recently you're kind of getting back into it. And then you cut your finger.
Nearly off, yeah.
Nearly off. Show it.
Yeah. So you can see I can't open it.
Kristen cut it on like thick glass like this. It was like a Pyrex thing on the day we were supposed to move into this house.
Yeah.
We just went to get the cast taken off.
Try to grab something.
It's gonna come back, but it's just gonna take a while. But I'm glad that you are like doing all these things though. And now, when you are ready to get back to lifting, imagine all that testosterone. You're going to be able to throw that weight across the room.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay. Any other words?
Words.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.